All right. So, how long has it been? Fucking, I don't even know. I don't pay attention to when I upload. That video doesn't count, but yeah, it's been a bit
All right.
since I interacted with the channel. But I want to do something special today, and more of a discussion. I don't know. You could consider a podcast, I guess, but I don't know. But so what we're gonna do is we're going to discuss what we would do if we were in charge of the entire planet. Not like if we were God, but if we just what we say goes. So people don't have to like us, but it's just law. So okay, I'm gonna go first.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't have
Give me
I
an
don't
idea of
have
what to do here.
yeah I don't have a list no, but I have a couple things that that I have thought up of. But what I want you, since I don't have a list, I'm gonna have you just give me an issue that happened that's going on within the country or world or whatever, just anything, and then I'll go off of that. I get the ball
Okay.
rolling.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So an issue. I guess. I don't know. A lot of people say the prison system is an issue.
Like, what do you mean?
Like, I think the problem that people have is I think people think that there are too many prisoners.
Okay. So it's simple. We just change the punishments for certain crimes.
Okay. All
So,
right. All right. So like.
hey Jamal, what'd you do? He's like, oh shit, I stole cable. He's in prison for like 13 years.
Oh, damn. God damn. There's
Now,
still people. Damn. All right.
for shit like reoccurring offenses,
Oh.
it just comes to a point where we just use force, not just throw you in jail. Because I mean, what's somebody gonna learn if they're just gonna keep doing the fucking thing and you just throw them in jail? It's not gonna really do much except, you know, take up space. So what we
Right.
do, we make them learn. If they don't learn, we're gonna keep them from doing that in a way that we won't have to take up space in the prisons. So, for example, somebody steals, we give them, I don't know, make them pay a fine or stay in the jail for a couple days.
Yeah.
And if they keep reoffending, let's say I'll give them 5 chances. If they
All right.
reoffend on the fifth chance, cut their hands off.
Oh shit. All right.
Cut
Oh, so
one hand
we're
off.
going.
All right,
Yeah, I was about to say we're going back to we're going back to those old punishments.
cut one hand off.
Okay. All right.
You could, make it a little bit more. Maybe, okay, let's say like a finger or something, maybe pinky. Say next
Okay.
time you do it, it's gonna be a fucking thumb. You can't grab shit then, or not
Yeah.
easily.
Yeah. 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 All right. All right. I see. All right. Yeah.
So, and keep in mind, like I should emphasize that you have say over everything, not just like laws, but like certain
Okay.
things like what companies and businesses can do, what they can put in their
Oh.
games or like movie, anything.
All right. See, that brings up a real interesting one because
Yeah.
you've heard about the whole Nestle thing, right?
No.
Like the CEO of Nestle said that like water isn't a human right and should be privatized.
What?
Yeah. And I think it was like Bill Burr. He's a comedian, whatever. The
Bill
point is
Burr,
he was
yeah.
like, yeah, he was like, man, that guy he was on some TV show. He's like, that guy should be hunted down and
Hmm.
killed. What are you thinking about that? Something similar?
That just goes into another whole. I'm not gonna go into each similar like crime or offense or whatever,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but get back to that. Um, but one thing I thought about all of this at work. When you sit in a factory and do nothing but like put bolts into a car,
Yeah.
you think about all these things, and I thought about pretty much every single crime just about. And
Yeah.
okay, let's say shit like I don't know, first offense murder. You can throw him in
Okay.
prison. We'll have the prison for a reason, such as like like that. Um, Kidnapping, like
Okay.
holding hostages, robbery, Now, for the real heinous shit, we bring back the death penalty. And this is
Yeah.
similar to what George Carlin would say, except we get a halftime show in NFL
Okay.
in the football games. We get a halftime show, and we have public execution.
All
And
right.
we make it really creative. So
All
it
right.
depends on what the crime is what your punishment is. So for
Oh, give it
pedoph-
like that. Give it that weird kind of biblical irony.
yeah, it's almost like a game show. So what you do is say, okay, let's say you get like a pedophile, like
Mm.
um, so you get this wheel, like Wheel of Fortune. And it says and you call it's what do you do with this dick, and you just spin the wheel. You get like a hammer, a fucking firecracker,
Okay.
I don't know, fucking a drill,
All right. All right.
and he's just tied up with his dick out,
Yeah.
and just choose what you do with his dick. and
But yeah. And I don't maybe like use the Price is Right wheel.
yeah,
The beep 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 beep. Beep, get like a hologram of Bob Barker.
but we don't kill him. I mean, if he dies, who cares? But
Yeah. I
try
mean,
not
yeah.
to kill him.
It's a
We're
pedo. Who
trying to make
cares?
him live through it. I don't know, arsonists. Let's see. We strap rockets to them,
All
and we shoot them through hoops into a fucking wall.
right.
And
Made out of like illegal firecrackers.
yeah, uh, human traffickers. We just put them in zoos. We don't really like punish them. We just put them in zoos. We treat them like animals, you know.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I
And
understand
like
that one.
serial killers, we put them in a big arena.
Oh,
And they just,
gladiator style.
yeah, and just have them kill each other. And no, like we throw 3 lions in there.
Okay.
Now, that's I'll probably think of more later, but more or less the whole criminal thing. I got
Yeah. All right. Well. All right. What about like drugs and shit?
legalized marijuana, so potheads have nothing to talk about.
Yeah. Again. Yeah. Just shut them the fuck up forever.
um, honestly, it should just like I don't know. That's one I hadn't thought of. How to get rid of the drugs. Well, what if I don't want to?
Well, then you don't have to apparently.
Yeah. Hell. What's the real? I mean, yeah. Honestly, I think we'll keep it as is now. We'll try to. Okay, people get chances if they are caught with drugs. Don't arrest them right away. Give them a chance or two, like to send them to rehab. And if they refund, just fucking whatever, they can go to prison.
All right.
Maybe not for forever, not for a long ass time, like 30 years or some shit. Maybe like a couple. But let's see what else is there. There's no more politics. I am the politics, but each country gets their own representative, and what happens, and I'll let the American people or the countries humor themselves and let them vote as if it matters. I'll give them the idea that it matters when it really doesn't.
Right. Okay.
They want to feel like they're contributing.
Right. Right.
So basically the same as now.
Damn. Yeah.
Fuck. What was I gonna say next? Brain fart. So, and what we do for like funding and making like helping the other countries, we don't help them directly. Like how America's been like spending a bunch of like money on other countries, like stupid shit, like gender studies or some.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What?
Dog behind me. But we don't. What we do is we put poker in the Olympics.
I think I've heard somebody say this before.
Yeah, Daniel Tosh said you can you can only bet what your country's worth. Now,
Okay, yeah.
put this
Which
into actual.
that brings up an issue. there's
What?
all these fuck ton different kinds of money, and they all have different values.
We all have a universal currency. I mean, you can exchange. Obviously, they'll exchange whatever they win. We're gonna be using poker chips after all, so when
Yeah.
they exchange it, they'll get their currency. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use our taxes to contribute to our poker funds, but we're not gonna be doing sales tax. Well,
Okay.
well, wait, yeah, no more sales tax, but we're still gonna be
Good.
taxing paychecks, but it's depending on how much you make. I mean, it still depends on how much you make, but it's a little bit different. It ranges. So how I did this is that the middle class gets taxed 2% rather than
Okay.
whatever the hell they get taxed now. The middle class gets taxed 40% of what they make a month,
Okay.
and the poor get taxed 90%.
What? Oh,
Just don't be poor. It's simple. Okay, now hold on. Listen to this one though. So how you do
yeah.
this? There might be a lot of holes in this logic, but this is how I thought of it. Now, if you have the 90% tax on the poor wages, places like McDonald's and like fucking I don't know Walmart maybe they won't be getting any employees, and nobody's wanting to work there because they get taxed to death. So
Okay.
they're forced to raise their wages, so there won't be a low class. And now,
Uh,
um, sure, the economy will inflate a little bit, but I
uh,
won't allow it to inflate past a certain point. Like
okay.
we come up with a system where you can't charge more than $5 for a gallon of milk.
Okay.
Outrageous. Like
So
places
you're
in
gonna implement price ceilings.
for yeah. So places like Hawaii, I hear like for a gallon of milk, it's like fucking $5 or some shit.
God
They,
damn.
they sell like 2 gallons at a time. Like they have to sell per 2 gallons though, so it's like eight
Okay.
dollars. It's outrageous. So you can't for essential items like cases of water, eggs,
Mhm.
stuff like that. You can't charge past a certain price. So the economy is a little bit more stable despite having raised its wage. I mean, the minimum wage can still be $7, whatever.
I think it's like 8.50 now.
Is it?
I don't know. So, I don't make it, so I don't fucking know.
Pretty sure it's 7.25, something like that. But
God damn.
what was I
All
going?
right.
But no one's gonna work in these places, so they'll be forced to raise their wages at least a little bit, so they can make a living wage of McDonald's, like these McDonald's bitches have been complaining about forever.
Yeah.
But no more tipping,
No more
by the way.
tipping. Yeah.
No more tips, because that just gives businesses like they fucking exploit that.
Mm-hmm.
Where's I go with that? Oh yeah, so the taxes they get added to the poker funds, and the poker funds, every country, every country has to participate. I'm sure they would want to anyways. um, every country has to participate in the poker Olympics. We'll make it its own separate thing. Like you can have your own Olympics for sports and shit, but there's another segment of poker or of Olympics where it's just poker. And if your country doesn't have anybody that can do poker, you get your own like player or whatever, kind of like a lawyer in a way. They assign one for you, and they get paid. They can get paid like a certain amount that country makes if they play well.
Okay. Okay.
So this would be able to pull developing countries out of the shitter, like
Right.
fucking Haiti or whatever.
Africa.
And
Pull the
then,
entirety of Africa out of the shithole. But all
um,
right. Okay, so we got the what is it like the pedo? What happens to his dick wheel? We got the uh the fucking what is it? Fuck,
poker,
goddamn. Yeah, we got the hey, fucking use your GDP on poker.
homeless people. All right.
Homeless people, yeah. let's just look at California and go, okay, here's an issue. How do you fix it?
Okay. So California, or not California. How do
Well,
we
I
fix
was
California? But homeless
uh,
people. So
homeless people.
I'll start with a different issue. I mean, it still ties into homelessness, but if
All
you
right.
are, how did I do this? If you're past the age of 20, if you hit the age of 20 and you
Okay.
don't have a job for a certain amount of time, you're not considered a citizen.
Okay. All right.
You're not
Right.
like,
Okay.
you're not gonna get like deported or anything, but you can't do certain things that citizens can do, like vote,
Right.
make a bank account,
Okay. Okay.
fucking, you know,
Something like that. Yeah. Yeah. I get what
basic
you're saying.
shit. Now, if you are, if you got fired, you have a 6 month. I think 6 months is generous. If
I
you
think
can't
that's
find a
how
month,
I think that's how unemployment works too.
yeah, you get 6 months grace period to find another job.
Okay.
But and same for if you quit. Um, there is no welfare. There's no
Okay.
unemployment. Nope. You gotta fucking fight. You know, do it on your own, man. You're an adult now.
All
And
right.
every job has to have an equal opportunity thing like Walmart does. Like they're not gonna, well,
Yeah.
maybe not every job like fucking welding. They don't want to hire schmucks, but
Yeah.
like,
I'm pretty sure that's federal law anyway, because TACO has one of those things too.
yeah. Um. So everybody should be able to get a job.
Theoretically, yes.
Where's going with this? Now, if you are already homeless or you're born in poverty or whatever, you get it's kind of like welfare, but it's a one-time thing. It's like a care package, kind of like a
Okay.
stimulus, but
Okay.
you get it's like a care package. You get like some clothes. If you don't have your social security or whatever the fuck birth certificate, you get that to you
Okay. All
personally,
right.
delivered to you personally, and you
Yeah.
get say like I don't know $1,000. That's enough to get you on your feet. Whatever you need to get you on your feet, they give you that one time, and you have that grace period to find a job, and maybe give you like I don't know some time in like a motel or some shit.
Okay.
Everybody gets this chance. Um, I think that's how far I went with it. The whole homeless thing. Um, there was so many other things I thought of. Fuck. Oh yeah, I can move on to like media territory. No
Oh
more,
yeah.
no
Fucking.
more Twitter.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye Twitter. Goodbye. Um, Tumblr. Now, Tumblr can stay only if they let porn back on it. Because there's a lot of good porn artists on there. All right. That's the
Never.
one
Yeah.
good thing that was about That was one thing that was good about Tumblr. Is there were really good porn artists on there that they had to
And then
flock to
just
fucking Twitter because they
yeah, that
banned it.
or just disappeared in general.
Um, what else? Other social media, Facebook. I think I saw
Annoying.
this on a 4chan post, but that was an amazing idea. Ties into gun laws. All guns are allowed, except like obviously explosive fucking that kind of shit that can cause.
Yeah. Yeah. High ordnance.
So like guns are allowed, but bullets are heavily taxed and you need like a license for it.
Okay.
Everybody. Oh wait, no. Bullets are only allowed in gun ranges and military and shit, obviously. But everybody gets to carry whatever the gun they want, but they have to have trank shots. Now, if someone's found carrying real bullets,
For this one, I remember you talking about this, but go on.
everybody has to carry their handy handsaw. And if anybody is seen carrying a gun with bullets in it, real bullets in it, everybody's required to shoot them with their trank gun. And whoever shoots them, closest person with their handsaw, has to cut their head off and take a video of it and post it on their mother's Facebook. Like the person they shot, their mother's Facebook.
Yeah.
If they can't, if their mom's not there, then just post on their Facebook for their friends to see
Nice.
it. um. Oh yeah, Facebook. Fucking god, you can't really. Facebook is just. Facebook, I can't really say much about Facebook. It's almost like it's got a little bit of everything. Mostly, I don't know what I want to do with Facebook. Just okay. Take off all the spying shit. Stop. Just unlink it from every single site because it's linked to everything.
Yeah, it's kind of
Because
yeah.
everything that you can share to Facebook, like there's always a share button, share to Facebook. It's linked to that, and Facebook knows that you're on it, so it gives you suggestions. That's how that works.
Yeah.
Like, look, we're looking for a fucking hairdryer or whatever. So unlink that shit. That's fucking weird. I don't want them looking at my browsing history. um, unlink it from that, and I think I'll let it pass. I'll delete all the minion pages or some
God.
shit. Because, I mean, what can you do about Facebook, really? I mean, I don't know. Let's... 4chan.
Oh.
We need to start. We need to start fresh with 4chan, honestly, or at least put the rule: no pedo shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god, my dog keeps farting. I thought she shit, but she just farts.
Oh.
But, yeah, no pedo shit. That's it. I don't care if you post gore, people getting murdered. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I mean, you got the Facebook video, you got the Facebook post of like, posing, you're crouched down, peace sign out with someone's head in your hands, like, this guy had bullets. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
obviously gonna end up on 4chan.
Now, lolly is now child porn. That's just what it is. It's common fucking sense. It's if it's drawing of a child. I don't care if the child was harmed. It's the idea. If you're partaking in this fetish, you are a potential predator. It doesn't fucking matter because it's almost the same. It's right up there with soliciting a minor, like talking about fucking a kid to the kid, talking about fucking them. You're almost doing that. It's like beating off to fucking, you know, anime children. How is that different? Other than the fact that they're not real. I don't. It's really not. It's fucking disgusting. I hate. That's all it is. That's all. I ever go on random on 4chan. I ever go to B. Half of it is lollies.
Yeah.
It's just. It was like lolly thread. He's like, you mean pedo thread? Is that what you mean? You're in denial, cunt. Fucking. So yeah, just start fresh. Add that rule. And don't make it anonymous to the average viewer, but like to mods, they can see IPs. Okay, so they always have like secret threads, like post your secrets. Like,
Yeah.
what do you not tell anybody? And there's a lot of people just be like, "Oh, I like children," so then we just get their IPs and report them to the authorities.
Yeah, then boom, gone. You okay?
I'll give them a free therapy session. If I've never committed an offense, I'll give them a free therapy session. But as soon as you touch a kid, you're out. Bye bye. God, she's fucking. God, that stinks. Ah, what a shitty fucking.
Why does it seem like your dogs are just always like shit fard?
I don't know, man.
The fuck?
It's always in their sleep too.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but it sounds like something you need to figure out.
YouTube, we need to start over with the staff. No
Oh
more
yeah,
limits.
yeah.
Oh, here's another thing. We need to normalize porn.
Hmm.
And by that I mean like, oh my, I hate how we censor tits. Like, why? What's the point? God forbid a kid knows what's under there.
Right.
And stop censoring fuck. And God damn it. Like, and lots of censored words on TV shows and shit. You hear the first part of the word anyway, so you know what they're saying.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So there's really no point. Everybody knows what they're saying. Kids are gonna learn to swear anyways, unless they're fucking sheltered their whole lives by Christian
But like,
parents.
yeah, I was about to say unless they're fucking like Catholic or something.
Yeah, Catholic, whatever. But it's pointless. No reason for it. Hell, put porn in the movies. Like, put sex scenes and show it. Let the actors fuck. We don't care. I don't think anybody would actually care, besides like moms and shit. Um, 9% of this generation is horny as fuck, anyways. So
Yeah,
just give it to them. Let them have it.
I cannot deny that.
And hell, all the old people are too.
Wait, what?
So hell, most of the old people are too. Old guys.
Oh, I mean, yeah, guys, because that's just how guys are.
Yeah. Um, but don't make it too abundant. Like, obviously give ratings. Just like have a tier above R. Like, okay, no, rated R will have that stuff. Because by the
Yeah,
time you're 17, you're probably watching porn anyways.
yeah,
You're gonna go in there by yourself and see it as a 17-year-old or up. So like, it's not like a fucking 17-year-old doesn't know what a vagina looks like unless they're like,
Catholic.
Catholic or something. And fuck, I keep losing my train of thought. This is what happens when your brain turns to goop. Um, in porn sites, there's no fucking point in having the whole like you're at least 18 because it's like there's like no point. No one listens to that.
Not the route I thought you were gonna go, but all right.
I don't know. It's not a big issue. I just
What about
thought that was
porn
dumb.
ads? Like the ads on porn sites.
Well, they gotta make their money somehow, I guess. But so they could stay there. It's just the ones that are obnoxious need to go. Like they'll go right in front of the video, like right over the video's like thing. So you have to like click this tiny X. That's annoying.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? Fuck. Well, anyways. Jesus. Oh, video game. Okay, well, another thing with media.
Video.
Hold on a second.
No.
Yes, so media. Alright, so. Video games and movies, you cannot have anyone. You can keep the ones that are there already.
Okay.
We don't need more than 5 sequels, okay? If you need 6 games, over 5 games to tell a story, it's not worth hearing, okay?
Okay.
If you're gonna make more, at least put it into. If it's like one story, put into DLCs and make them long, and don't make them like $30 per DLC, okay? That's not this. That may as well just be a different game. Now, if it's like a different story each time,
But
you
it's
can
like the
get
same
away
universe.
with. Yeah, sure. Well, sure. At least name it something else.
Okay.
Unless, like Star Wars. Oh my God! Why? Why do we need 12 movies? I get it. They're in space and there's fucking wars all the time.
Conflict. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
space and
space.
conflict.
Like we really just like 6 movies was fine. I don't. I mean, I guess it's easy for me to say, as I'm not really a big Star Wars fan. I like the prequels because I grew up with them, like most.
Yeah. I mean, one was absolute dog shit, but the other two I can get behind.
Yeah. Games that gets a pass because there's a lot of really fucking good games. Like I love the Force Unleashed. Well, the first one at least.
Yeah, first one
Uh,
was fantastic.
you can make different, yeah, different like stories in the game. But if you need like fucking Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like
Yeah,
stop.
I knew you were going there.
Like Final Fantasy just need 17. I don't know how many. I'm sure it has over 17 games at this point.
Probably yes.
Rocky movies. We didn't need that many Rocky movies or Rambo movies. I mean, Rambo. There's like 8 Rambo movies. Something outrageous.
Damn, what the fuck?
I will get rid of all soap operas so old people won't have anything to talk about anymore.
What kind of old people are you hanging around?
When I worked at Walmart, you can ask. Well, I don't think Aiden was here for that at the time, but there's a TV in the break room, and there was always a fucking soap opera on by the time I came in.
Okay.
It was always some stupid shit like the bold and the beautiful, the young and the restless. But here's the thing: I looked into it. You know,
Okay.
there's like 200 episodes per season. You know how many seasons there were? There were like 58 seasons. It was
God.
literally a day job for these people.
Sounds like fucking Days of Our Lives.
It's so goddamn terrible. And it's the same shit every episode. As you might guess. Like, these people literally grow up doing this. They grow up in this show. Literally.
Yeah.
It's fucking awful. Oh. And I even. Oh. Just annoys me. No more soap operas. Sorry, old people. Bye. Um. Fucking. What else was there? Did I have anything else from media and shit? But yeah, if you need more than 5 games to tell your story, it's not worth hearing. I think. What other fucking things were there? WoW needs to stop making. Blizzard needs to stop making expansions. Just stop.
Wow, is
Wrap
it
it the
for Blizzard?
wrap it the fuck up, man. I don't. No one gives a shit about your game. We just want to play the old stuff. Speaking
Yeah.
of which, June 1st is Burning Crusade launch.
8.
Yes. Anyways, um, fucking hell. I don't know. I don't know how many games there are. They have like 20 games besides Final Fantasy, but
Call of Duty. I mean, I don't think that
no,
counts
yeah.
based on what you said because it's a different story every time. It's just, Call
Okay.
of Duty.
Maybe I should be a little harsher on that. Maybe not different story. Okay. No, they need to make it a different. They need to give it a different name. It could take place in a different universe, but it needs to be a different kind of game, honestly. Because Call of Duty, it's just the same damn game every year. It's literally an annual thing. It's an
Yeah.
annual thing. They come out every November.
Oh my God, really?
They come out every November. I'm not kidding. Every
Okay.
November is a new Call of Duty game. It's just outrageous because they have so many people in Activision working on these games. So they have the resources, and that's apparently more than enough time to come out with a game. I don't know if they've been
Yeah.
delayed or not, but I don't think they've ever been delayed before. See, that's
It's,
another thing. It takes time to create a good game, and the fact that they can come up with something, they can whip up something within like a year, is that they don't really put a lot of effort in it. It's just the same formula. They follow the same formula and put like different, fucking weapons in it, or yeah, it's just how Call of Duty be. Same with Assassin's Creed. We don't need. I don't fucking care, man. It should have stopped at 2 or 3. I only played 1 and 2. I was satisfied. Or I was gonna wrap back around to the whole politic thing. Every
Did
year.
you know that?
I'll stop and wait for you. Did you know?
I'll be right back. I'm needed it elsewhere.
Hmm. Hmm.
All right, sorry about that.
Okay. So wrapping back around to the whole politician thing,
Yes.
and hold on, I mean chocolate. First, every year we'll have a world meeting. So all the
Okay.
world leaders will get together in their like circular room with the chairs and shit with the country name in front of them, their desk
Okay.
or whatever. And I sit in the center and the bottom.
Okay.
Each year I have a different instrument that I
Okay.
practice. So every time they try to bring up a real issue, I just start practicing that instrument, like the drums,
Okay.
because I don't take them seriously whatsoever. So
Right. 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 Right.
it's like,
Yeah.
Mr. Leader, we need to talk about the pollution. I just tell you to do a drum solo or some shit.
Yeah. Fucking. Like a. What's that thing that Australians have? It goes like. Oh,
Uh,
you can't hear what I was
I
doing.
know what you're
The
talking
whole like.
about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't know what's called
Practice
though.
that in front of them. Wasn't there like a Pornhub thing about that instrument
I don't know.
where like a gay dude got one of those shoved in his ass?
I haven't heard of this.
Something like that. It was a while. I think it was like a year or two ago. I don't.
Anyway, like this goes on for 1 hour, once a year,
1 hour.
in
Okay.
my backyard.
Okay. All right. So. All right. All right.
I'll give him a chance to talk about something, but if I don't give a shit about it, I'm like, no.
Right.
You try talking about sports, I'm be like, nah.
Okay. All right.
This
All
is
right.
through
Yeah.
the fire and flames, an expert on my drums.
Oh, okay. On my Donkey Kong bongos.
um, oh yes, voting. Ugh.
Hmm.
So now I know I said this doesn't matter when it comes down to it, but when it comes to voting, their requirements are a little bit more strict.
Okay.
So people were gonna say, "Well, voting's a human right." Like, yeah, well, fuck you. I want you to at least be competent if you're gonna vote. We have too many
Okay.
retards. Like, just look at the fucking Trump Biden thing. Like, everybody already knows. Not a lot of people are very smart, and that's why
Yeah.
most people who have a brain or half of one don't partake in voting. Not saying if you vote you're stupid. Obviously, it's
Right.
just most of those people don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and they like to act like it's usually people who like to act like they know what they're talking about are the ones that know the least.
Okay. Yes.
So what we
So I haven't disagreed with what you said so far, but keep going.
so what we do is every like when we vote, you need to take a test first to become eligible to vote. Basic
Okay.
questions, not too simple, but something that your average American should know about. Say like about your country, about each of the candidates. Do you know what your
So
candidate is trying to be elected for? Like,
okay. So like the test that immigrants have to do if on the path to citizenship, but with some modifications.
yes, but they have to take it each time they vote. So like
Okay.
they have to at least know a certain amount about like the each candidate, like confirmed facts that are
Okay.
confirmed by the candidates themselves. Not stupid shit like, oh, I heard he hates black people or some stupid shit like that.
Right. Right.
But and you have to what was that? What was the other one? I yeah, it's mostly that's the one big thing was that you had to take that test and pass it. Um, and the votes are tallied by me and a team of the people. No one
Right.
else. We're not gonna have. I'm not gonna say an election was rigged, but like, it's impossible that all elections are fair. That these past like decades that they're completely 100% fair.
Okay. All
So I'll
right.
have a team of people that I trust to
Hmm.
tally the votes, and they get paid accordingly, obviously.
All
So,
right.
and then that decides. That's just for America, though. I mean, I don't know shit about the other countries to really have part in it.
Okay.
Um, what was some other things I thought of? So yeah, you can't be retarded and vote.
Oh, I don't know why that's so funny.
I'm sure you probably get a lot better results. Maybe.
I mean, that or just the average IQ of your country is going to go up.
What's with this?
Hmm?
Oh, nothing. Anyways, there's other things. Give me some other issues.
So hold on, let's see. We talked about school. Talked about schooling.
Oh, yes, that was a good one. Okay. So, I didn't really think this one a whole lot through, but I have a general idea. Okay,
Okay.
so let's see. Kids have more options, not just in high school. The thing I think is bullshit is that only high school you get at least some choice of what classes you want to take. I think that
Okay.
choice should be in elementary school and junior high. Of course, you get the essentials like in elementary school and junior high. You get like math and pre-algebra. Everybody should
Okay.
at least know pre-algebra. I'm not saying that you're going to use all the time in life, but you'll at least have to know some essential shit like equations.
I
It's
mean,
it's a basic fundamental for most like problem solving things.
yeah. That and what is it?
English.
Fucking that and just math will make you more logical
Yeah.
just because of
Uh,
how it works.
I think the basic key education, like classes that kids should be taking, is math, English, with not stupid fucking literature shit. If kids want to write, they're gonna write. Okay, they're gonna write books and shit. Just a little bit of literature, so they know how to, you um, just grammar. I don't know if that's like that. I'm pretty sure that falls in the same category, but just basic grammar, so they're fluent and they can write. And
Yeah.
no stupid like shit like fucking. Okay, now I'm just thinking about my other fucking class. Okay, that's not relevant. Um, I was thinking about my fucking 11th grade English class is stupid, but econ obviously everybody needs to know about economy, but I'm pretty sure that's a requirement anyways.
Hmm.
Now, um,
Yeah. Understand the economy, asshole.
government, you get a chance to fucking understand your government, so people don't like to listen. I didn't get. I had fucking what was his name, Bailey.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we didn't do shit. So I don't know anything about my government really. So so I don't take part in this, which is kind of contradicts with this whole point, but it doesn't matter. But what else would need to be learned? I think that's really it. Let's say fucking social skills maybe. Um, doing how like taxes and shit would be an economy and all that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
doing your taxes and writing checks and all that basic shit. Um, government would have your other stuff like how your town current like it like how your town works in terms of like how to purchase a house and shit. Maybe that's a different class. Like I don't know, adulting fundamentals. I don't know what you would call that in technical terms, but
I think most people were like home economics.
yeah, sure. Classes just school. The point of school. Make the point of school like getting yourself ready for the real fucking world that is outside of school when you reach the age of 20 or 18, past that age, and not shit that you'll be doing in a future job, because that's all high school and below is concerned about is college. You
Yes.
need to get ready for
College or
college.
die.
College or die, exactly like how fucking school was. They would hammer that shit starting your freshman year. At least they were nice. They like ease into high school until near the end or the beginning of your sophomore year. Like college, choose now.
And
Better
choose
get
now. You're
ready.
you're gonna fucking
Yeah,
kill
basically
yourself.
they don't really explain the alternative of college. They it's like they fucking cram it down your throat. All this shit like what are you gonna be interested in? Which college you gonna go to? I'm like, bitch, none. Okay, fuck off. But that could stem a whole different issue with college, like that. I'll get to that in a bit, but
But yeah, when I said school, I was thinking more along the lines of
like grade
you
school
know,
and shit.
yeah, like up to high school.
Yeah, and the choices kids get in elementary school will be, say, they get taught the basics that every kid should know, like how to read,
Yeah, how to write.
how to write
Yeah.
in cursive, maybe if they want to. That's one of the optional things. You want to know how to write cursive, how to write your own signature, um, how to write your own story should be optional. How to play sports, I mean, it is optional anyways. And every year, every grade requires you to take some kind of PE class.
Yeah.
Not some bullshit PE class where you just do your one workout and just sit around the whole time. Some real shit. So you're not a fat piece of shit the whole year. And they make the fat kids work harder. They make their
Yeah,
fat kid
when
they
you
make the
said
fat
fat piece
kids
of shit, it sounded like you were directing that at somebody, and I thought the only things with you are your
no.
dogs.
She
You
has a
and your
bit of a
dog.
tummy, but she has that puppy fat. She got puppy belly, but I was just
Oh,
I'm turning my chair is why it sounds like that, but like okay, maybe not work harder, but they need to work as hard as the other kids. I don't care how hard they're working, they need to work as hard.
all right, all right.
Now, there is always a reason that kids don't want to try in school. There's always a reason. And
Yeah,
teachers need to be taught to not shun kids for not doing their homework. If they didn't do their homework, there's something you did wrong. Clearly, they always take it out on the kids. Always. Every time that I did that, it was always my fault. And sure, to an extent, it's my fault, but something clearly isn't right, and you're not hooking your kids enough to the subject that you're teaching them. You need to get them interested. That's what teaching is. It's involvement. We didn't get enough of that in the schools that we
did
went
not,
to. It's just like here's
did
the
not.
subject, better fucking learn it. And and pretty much all school is now is just memorizing. It's not learning. It's just memorize this for the test so you don't fucking fail the class. That's just a whole other thing with getting involved with, engaging with your students. They need to hammer that shit in. They need to stop having old bitches give you fucking packets to study until the test so they can just sit in their chair and play fucking solitaire. They do not deserve teaching licenses. Just a fucking joke. Because there's a lot of fucking teachers in school that are like that.
Yes. Won't name any names.
Fuck, I would, but and if the teacher loses your work, you get the full score.
All right.
Automatically. Doesn't matter. Um shit. Junior high. Junior high. uh, that's a tough one. Elementary
Oh my
school and
God.
junior high. Okay, junior high just needs to be divided. So it's just elementary and high school. I don't know if that will really make much difference. I don't think it will, but
I mean,
I
you
think
know,
that
what,
some
I'll
schools are
talk
like
about it when
that.
I get to my bit.
I'm pretty sure North Decatur is like that actually in
Yeah,
South.
so it's South.
But um, okay, junior high teachers need to stop taking themselves so seriously. Just quit. I already went on this on a different podcast. I think it was like the second one. They take themselves so seriously. They act like it matters when it really doesn't. And and this is, and I understand the quote unquote importance of junior high. I guess is to get the kids to make get them to take it seriously that high school is gonna count. But they don't tell you that. They don't tell you that junior high and elementary school doesn't count. This is a whole other flaw in and of itself that I don't know. I think most of it should count. And honestly, I don't think your GPA in high school should really have an effect on what kind of college you want to get into. Like, if you want to get into one of the big colleges like fucking Harvard, having a perfect GPA or some shit. I don't really know how much that works because I didn't go to a super snob college, whatever the fuck you would call it. And shit. Yeah, our school system is just a joke. That's just a whole other thing that you would have to. It's just a whole topic to just sit down and talk about and get into. Take too long to
There are
discuss all of
already
it.
there are already other YouTube channels that do that. Yeah,
And another thing,
oh shit.
teachers can't assign no more, no more assigning kids to watch a fucking video online to teach them a subject.
I was lazy.
Come on. Okay. What else is there? School is just a whole other fucking route. Branches off another hundreds of problems. We need to. Okay, no more. Yeah. Okay. No. No more. No more school stuff. Let's get to something different. I know I thought some other things.
Yeah, so hold on. Let me think out loud. Let me think out loud to see what we covered that might help. So we've talked about school, media, which related to video games. Um, what else? The how the political system works. Um, uh, hmm. We talked about how prison system would work. Um, yeah. I don't know unless.
Economy.
Oh yeah, the economy.
That was one thing I talked about. All of our scientific, all of our scientific research is going into how to make people immortal. What the fuck are you doing?
How to make people immortal. Okay.
So it first goes to me, of course, so I can just keep living and making people's lives infinitely better.
Right.
Um, what else was there? There's other things I thought about. Because I took the whole day of work just thinking about these things. Late hours. Just this stupid shit. What else is there? There's other. Yeah, that sucks. I can't think of it. She keeps fucking. You didn't shit, did you? Don't fucking look at me like that.
Look at your dog and go, ew, you didn't shit, did you?
Yes.
Yes, I did. Fuck.
I don't think she did. I hope not. I'll fucking.
Poo poo?
Oh, no, I think she's just farting. Ugh.
Right, well, you can't say anything.
Yeah, I think I'll just close it for now.
Yeah.
Notice we'll pass the
But pass the
microphone.
All right, so we'll go in relatively the same order. So we'll run things a little bit differently. We'll run things a little bit differently. Every single country, we'll go a similar thing to you. Every country has a representative. We'll call them the governor. Every country gets a governor. Congregation. Although maybe some of the really super small ones, we just kind of, you know, shuffle into some of their larger neighbors. Like I don't understand why Portugal exists, even though Spain surrounds it on two sides. I don't get that shit. Bye. You know. Let's see what else. So yeah, so and the governors twice a year they come to me and they say, all right, grand leader, we've got my country has this issue, and they basically give me like a one page. It's limited to one page and only the front side of issues in their country. You know, If it goes onto the second page, I'm not gonna read it. I'm not gonna see it. I don't care.
TLDR, like, man, that's a lot of words. Too bad I ain't reading them. You give it back to them.
Yeah, like I know. I just look at the front page and I solve those issues. And if there's if there's like a fucking fat ass staple in the corner because he's giving me 60 pages of shit that's not right, man, sucks to be you. You know, sucks to be you. Learn how to shrink your font size.
That's
You
a lot
know,
of words. Too bad I ain't reading them.
yeah, I can't fucking read. Besides, I got like 600 countries to look after. You think I got time for you? Yeah, yeah, right, cunt. All right, so that's how that'll work. And the governor, you know, for political things, you are hard capped at 65 to retire. When it's your birthday, you celebrate like, yay, I'm 65. That same day, a dude in a suit, he's gonna have a shaved head, sunglasses on. He comes into the room and he hands you a piece of paper that says you're fired. And if you say no, the next thing he's gonna reach into his left coat pocket, pull out a pistol with a silencer, and double tap you. And then boom, the people have got to elect a new governor. Hopefully it's a young one so he can stay for like 30 years. Fucking minimum age to become one of these governors is 25. The maximum, you're forced retired at 65. So if you're elected at 64, you better be making waves. You know, Otherwise you're wasting the people's time.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't really care how the voting happens. I don't really care if it's rigged either. Like because I'm the one with the power, so who
Right.
cares? And so who gives a shit? These are just people who are gonna like deliver a one-page thing that says fix this, and that's really all they do. They're the people that they're living, breathing suggestion boxes. Yeah, that's all they really do. All right, so what was the next thing? The next thing we talked about was like prison.
Yes.
All right, so related, I'm pretty sure we talked about drugs first. So I'm not gonna go the whole like legalize it, but I will say decriminalize it, which is basically just like, basically it's like, you know what? You're fine with it. I don't care. Just don't be giving it to fucking kids. You know,
Right.
if you're caught giving drugs to kids, death, non-negotiable. You die. But if you're like, sitting in your house, and you're like, yes, today I will shoot up heroin, and then you do, and you're over the age of 18, that's fine. Nobody's gonna arrest you for it. You know, I don't care. You're not hurting anybody. Just keep your job. So, and executions. So, there's two different ways that executions are gonna go down. There's the execution for rapists and chomos, and the executions for not those two kinds of people. So executions for not the rapists and the chomos is televised, and I liked the idea of the whole biblical irony thing, but that's expensive, and I don't want to deal with it. So basically, we just we go more the George Carlin route is just break out the guillotine and start placing bets on which hole the head is going to roll into. We have a whole group of people.
It's
Uh,
like the fucking ball that you drop down and just which one does it land in, how many points you get.
yeah,
All the
yeah, yeah,
pegs and shit that bounces off of.
yeah, exactly. Except at this point, it's just like you get the head is the ball and place your bets on if it's going to land in hole number three. That kind of stuff.
Oh
We'll
shit.
really go the Carlin route on that
I
one.
forgot one, but go ahead.
Yeah. As for the rapists and the chomos, this one's rather simple, and I like it a lot. If you're a rapist, then your victim or victims get to kill you. They're offered. They're offered the 12 gauge to give you the old Yeller treatment. And if it's a chomo, the parents are given the 12 gauge and offered. If not, then well, see side A.
Hmm.
See side A. Okay, what was the next one? The next subject line.
Media.
Ah, right, media. Okay. You know, just if something describes, if something describes itself as a weather channel, that is all it does. I don't want any more of this, like, you are what you say you are, basically, and nothing else. Right? We don't,
Right.
people are fucking stupid. We don't need to be, misleading them through, what is technically a lie of omission. I'm tired of that shit. I mean, I don't watch TV
I don't
already,
either.
but I don't, I still don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with people complaining about it. But first, before we do any of that, just everybody who is in the media right now, you're fired. Get a different job, and then we just replace them all.
Like news reporters?
Everybody. Right.
Like
All
who
right.
else?
What, like, I was mainly thinking, like, CNN, Fox,
Oh, so
the really annoying, like, the BBC. Actually, you know what? Actually, since I have control of the Britain as well, no more BBC. It's gone. Goodbye. Fuck you. All those shows that all you people with no personalities enjoy watching, guess what? They're fucking canceled. Get a job and a life.
interact with your family.
Yeah, exactly. Interact with your family. If you're a woman, resolve your fucking daddy issues. We do not care. It's not quirky. It's not funny. It's actually rather concerning. Fuck you, whore. Anyway, yeah. So just, for televised media companies, just cleanse and restart. Let's see. Video games. Now, what I'm about to say might be a bit controversial, but it is something that I thought of the other day. And a lot of people might have, if this were to come to pass, a lot of people would have to make some pretty serious adjustments to their lives. But if you are below the age of 16, you're not allowed to have a PlayStation or a PC. You are consigned to Xbox and Nintendo. All right. I mean, Nintendo's kind of just been a family company forever, and Xbox
Right.
is for casuals. And who's more casual than a fucking child?
Hmm.
So yeah, if you're below the
No
age of
microphones.
16, if you're below the age of 16, have
Uh,
fun playing whatever games are on the Xbox. I don't fucking know.
Actually, you know what?
Hmm.
All the children, they are required to have a microphone.
Gods.
Here's the thing though. Everybody else, they can't. That just opens up bullying. It shapes them
Yeah.
as a person.
Well, I was gonna get to the bullying when I got to school. Anyway, yeah, but if you're 16 or older, and you wanna buy a PlayStation 5 with your allowance that you've been saving up for years, to play the Demon Souls remake, I don't know what's on PlayStation, then sure, you know what? Go ahead. Just by then you should have like a driver's permit or something. So go ahead, have fun, have a blast. If you want to spend 2 grand or whatever on a or more on a PC so you can play fucking what's a popular computer game nowadays? What are the kids into? Uh,
Fucking CS:GO. I don't know.
sure. If you want to buy a PC to play CS:GO and you're 16 years old, you go right for it. And that's another thing. Going back to the government just briefly, when you turn 16, you are required to start driver's ed. All right. I am one of these people, and I understand that, but you have no excuse to not learn how to drive when you turn 16 unless you have some kind of severe mental handicap.
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking hear your excuses otherwise. I mean, I pushed it off. I did, and it was probably a mistake, and I understand that, and that's why I would be so strict now. As for the video games themselves, I completely agreed with the whole, like, if your shits, if you're taking, like 5 games to tell one story, then no, fuck you. It's probably not that great, you know. And the thing about the Call of Duty releases is, No, franchises are limited to one release every 2 years in order to help ensure quality.
Okay, yeah,
Because
good.
like I've heard a bunch of people talking about how oh the Call of Duty releases are fucking shit, and it's like okay, a lot of people seem to blame this on the yearly releases. All right, here's how we fix that. No more yearly release for Call of Duty, and that's that'll help that, and it'll make room for other games to come out during the off years for Call of Duty. Also, no more sports games, just at all. Like FIFA, Madden, no more of that. We know which demographic you're appealing to, and as funny as it is, I'm no, you're barely playing a game. Like,
Outside.
fucking. However, an exemption to this rule would be games like Football Manager, where you're not actually playing the game, you're putting the teams together, and it's kind of like strategic in a way. That's fine. That's acceptable. But yeah, Madden and whatnot, bye. I don't want to see you again. Get out of my office. Let's go. Movies. Uh, this is kind of just a personal preference. But no movie is allowed to exceed 2 hours.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and it still adheres to the if it takes more than five, then figure something else out. So yeah, no, movies cannot be longer than 2 hours. Fuck you. All right. I think that covers all of media. So that
What
means
about the
next is
websites?
oh right, the websites. So yeah, no more yeah, no more fucking
Twitter.
Twitter. And if you're gonna have a Facebook account, you need to prove that you're over 65. Like Facebook is gonna be just for old people. It's going to be like old people post.com. Unlink it from everything as well because old people don't know how to use computers. They don't even know what is a computer. Yeah, so old people do not need computers. They don't need Facebook to yeah, they don't need Facebook to be linked to everything. And that's just not good. Twitter and Tumblr I have something rather special for. So everyone who is currently on Tumblr and everyone on Twitter who has that blue check mark, congratulations. You've won. And as for what you've won the right to be a participant in a little game of sorts. So I posted about this a long time ago.
I feel like I'm a participant in Saw right now.
Yeah,
No, not me, but yeah.
yeah. But I posted about this a long time ago. But essentially, but I'm modifying it a bit. So everyone who has a blue check mark on Twitter and every current Tumblr user. So hitmen exist in the world. We know this. People hire them. I'm probably, after becoming a leader and making some of these changes, probably going to be targeted by some. So there will be a law that for the first few years of my reign, where it says, okay, hitmen, listen up. This is a high government contract, meaning that you cannot accept any other contracts until it is done. Every person on this list, which is every current Tumblr user and every person on Twitter with a blue check mark, take them out. And you can't do any more work until they're all dead. And so
You'll
have
still
fun.
get your payout.
Do what?
You still get their payout, yeah.
Yeah, they still get their payout. I mean, basically make it a competition. Like, all right, we're gonna pay you. We're gonna pay you per head. So, the faster you get this done, you can go back to work. But at the same time, the more of these degenerates that you bag, the bigger your ending cash out too. So, you know, motivate them with both of those. Motivate them in both of those ways. Now, there was one that you missed that I didn't say anything about, but that's Reddit.
Oh,
And
that's right.
yeah,
Yeah, you
so basically just have absolutely zero like transactions regard on social media because I don't use Reddit because I don't go into cesspools. But from what I understand, there's a system on the website where you can like put medals on people's posts and it doesn't do
Yeah.
anything except give the site money.
Good boy
Eh,
points.
yeah, sure. I don't know, but the point is, that's stupid and I hate it. So it's not going to happen anymore. I mean, sure, you can still have your site and, do whatever dumb shit that you do on it. I don't really care. Your low tier memes and everything. I don't care. 4chan does need a scrub. Basically just, clean it all out. Grab the IPs of everybody. If they've ever put a pedo post, book them and what to do with them. Just refer back to the prison rant. Basically, like if they haven't touched any kids, then all right, give them a round of therapy to see if they can work through
If
it.
that,
But if
yeah.
yeah, but if they have, then again refer to prison rant for instruction. Okay, so I think that was um yeah, I think that was all forms of I think that was mostly most of the media.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next is what is it? What's next?
Was school next?
I think.
Yeah, let's
Hmm.
go with that.
Yeah, okay. So I think we should keep junior high. And the reason why is because during that kind of age range where junior high takes place is when you start going through puberty. And basically just use junior high as a quarantine to keep like the little kids in elementary who are, little kids and the high schoolers who are basically adults away from like the angsty, angry, hormonal like young teenagers.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of teenagers, there is one thing that I forgot in the law thing. Cigarettes, alcohol, voting, joining the military, and all that stuff. Age 18. Just make it all consistent across the board. That way it's not
Right.
confusing. Just make it all consistent across the board. But anyway, keep junior high to kind of like keep the puberty out of it. Just because that's yeah. I think I was fine with that. Which also cuts into teachers. Teachers, you really gotta pull them in. You're not. I mean, you can do this through entertainment. You can do this by appealing to their interests. Um, in relating to appealing to their interests, just allowing the kids more freedom to choose what they learn or what classes they take as they get older. So, elementary school, you don't get a lot of freedom because you're a little kid, but you've got your core stuff. You got your math, you got your language of whatever country, you've got uh let's see, math, history, social studies, figure out how society works. But then when you get to junior high, you've got a lot of, I mean, you still got your core. You got your core stuff, but you have a lot of freedom to learn, whatever you're thinking about, whatever you're interested in, like,
Please.
because the history classes pertain to when the history classes pertain to the history of your country. You can take, if you think, man, I want to, I'm interested in history. I want to study the history of other countries. You can take like European history when you get to junior high and learn about how, the Europeans have been like slap fighting each other with claymores for centuries, and that's really all they've been doing. But you get that option, but you have your core, and then you get more and more slots for electives as you go. Now we get to high school. High school is where you should have an idea of what you want to do with your adult life. Now the whole pushing college, no, college is not the answer. And we'll get to college. I'll talk about college, having gone to one. We'll talk about it. So high school is where you should kind of know what you're doing, what you intend to do, I should say, and you should be moving towards that with your electives. Now, before you graduate, you will be required to, at least give an answer to the question, what are you doing? Are you going to go to trade school? Are you going to just, work unskilled, or are you going to go to college? It's basically like the three archetypical options. And you have to answer that question, or it's like a 15-minute meeting with your at 15 minutes max with your academic advisor, who's like keeping track, making sure you're good. Now, going back to teachers and classes, teachers are not allowed to assign more than one assignment per per day. Now, I understand that this might be kind of weird for the elementary kids since they don't actually have classes, but the thing is, under the new system, they will have classes and no more than a single assignment. Relating to that, relating to that, no projects until high school. None of that shit. And projects are only in electives, not in your core classes. I hated having to do goddamn geometry projects. It was so fucking annoying, and I'm just not about it. So no projects until high school and only in your electives. No Chautauqua. Yeah. I thought
Yeesh.
I would just throw that one out there to make it clear. No Chautauqua. Fuck you. You know what? You know what? No. You know what? I become supreme ruler of the world. I'm putting out a warrant for Mr. Pratt's arrest. All right, he's going to jail, and he's gonna stay there. He's gonna stay there for the rest of his life. I'm gonna make sure I will have my agents, my guys. I will have them find the shittiest, most uncomfortable cell on the planet to lock him in until he dies. He will stay there and he will rot. And the shitty cell will rot and collapse on top of him, and that'll be his unmarked grave. Anyway, right. So okay, school. I think it pretty I think it pretty much covered school. College though, I have this. I've got that added part. So college is, at least in my experience, it was quite a bit like a second high school, except with more freedom and a different group of people. I mean, I did hate most of them because they were, subpar in many ways, but that's not the point that I'm trying to make. I mean, the system that I went through at Hanover was nice, where it's like, okay, you've got these general requirements, you've got your major requirements, and then you can take some electives to do this. I think that's great. However, if the general requirements are covered in the previous years of schooling, then there is no reason for colleges to have general requirements. Therefore, college should be a highly focused period of time. Now, 4 years, sure, it'll probably shorten to 2 or 3 when with the disinclusion of general things, which is fine, you know. But the expense, in order to help combat the expense of colleges, at the beginning of every year, will be required to submit an expense report to the governor. This expense report must outline everything. And as a result, the price ceiling for college will be set at at the college with the highest expense plus an additional 10% profit. So that way they can expand where necessary, or if something happens like a natural disaster, they can they have a cushion of money to rebuild. That is the ceiling. That way things don't get out of control. Because goddamn, I spent $200,000 for 4 years at Hanover, and that was undergrad. And here I am in the master's program, and I'm going to spend 30K. And I'm thinking, what the fuck? I had to ask the financial person I was talking to was like, wait, can you run that by me again? She's like, yeah, you're only going to spend 30 grand. I went, what? That's
Boy.
ridiculous. Well, no, comparatively, compared to Hanover, that it really isn't only because Hanover was 200, this is 30. That's 15%. That's
It's
fucking
outrageous.
crazy, huh?
It's outrageous either way.
No, yeah, yeah, yeah. But the point is, I mean, if you're going into a master's program, the money that you'll be making will cancel that debt in like 5 years. So it's fine. You'll be getting enough money intake to get rid of your debt in like 5 years. So it's not really a problem. It's just, people being pressured into college, not knowing what they want to do, racking up a bunch of debt, and then not doing anything with their degree or getting useless degrees. Which brings me to the next point, the elimination of useless degrees. Sociology,
Art,
fuck you. Yeah, sociology, art, fuck you.
gender studies, yeah,
That ties into sociology, but
yeah.
the big one that I'm going to get rid of is sociology. It has no purpose. It has no point in the world separate from psychology. The whole thing is like, well, we look at it on a bigger scale. Like, well, guess what? That's going to be rolled into psychology. It's going to be called macro psychology, and ta-da, we're not going to have any of the fucking ideological nonsense. All of you are fired. Get new jobs. Which I realize we might have skipped over this, but the unemployment system. You know, I am not going to be as generous as you were. You get 3 months to find a job.
Okay.
You get 3 months to find a job, and that's it. You can't find a job. Well, you're on your own. I don't care. Now the tax situation. No more sales tax.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, sales tax is dumb and I hate it.
If it's 297, it's 297.
Yeah, the price tag is the price. No, no bullshit. Now, that being said, the governor can be allowed to set tax, in his country as he sees fit. However, that pens approval from me. Meaning, if let's say like the governor of China, for example, says that he wants to set income tax at 80%, I'm going to say no. And then because I said no, I get to set it. And I would, you know, research China to figure out, well, what's an appropriate value for that one. And then, yeah, then we'll see. But yeah, I want to set income tax at 80%. No, that's gonna be a hard no. Oh
Hmm.
fuck. Uh, let's see. So let's see. It's income taxes, schooling, media. Right. No more national sports teams. And no more professional sports teams. Just
Okay.
gone. That's relegated to a hobby.
Yeah.
Sports will not be a job in my society. It is a hobby.
Yeah, I was gonna say that one. Like, yeah, no planet, no country will athletes get paid more than fucking doctors and police.
Yeah, but I just took care of that issue in the shorthand and just got rid of it. Another thing, and I forgot to mention this during the school section, is upon my rule, we will be completely eliminating the anti-bullying programs.
It's pointless.
We will allow bullying in schools. It's what keeps your children from becoming degenerates.
I was gonna say maybe not like allow it, but get rid of the anti-bullying things and just try to enforce it because it's not gonna stop it anyways. But if you allow it, it might just go haywire.
Well, I mean, if it goes, hey, if somebody's actually in legit danger, you know, then yeah, teachers are required to step in. But if it's
But
just
no
like some
safe
kid, if it's
spaces.
just like some kid going up to another kid and going, hey, you're
Faggot.
gay every day,
Yeah.
then I mean that's not shit.
They tell you like, are you dying? Are you bleeding? Okay,
Yeah, like
fuck
did he,
off.
if a kid goes to school like pulls out a knife and cuts one, that's where you intervene. It's an extreme example, but that's where you intervene. But if another kid's like, hey yo, guess who's gay? You, and then that kid goes, ow, my feelings. teacher, please do something. I'm dying here. Then no, fuck you. You know, the teacher is you know, teachers are legally now allowed to say fuck. I mean, I know they're not. It's not illegal, but it's like teachers go ahead and if it's junior high or above, go ahead and swear in your classes. I don't care. It'll be pretty
Yeah.
funny. Which I was thinking of something that I just remembered. Oh,
Let's
right,
see.
the TV thing. So yeah, get rid of like the censoring of words because the beep is more annoying than anything else. That and like you said, you already know what you're saying, so just say it. Yeah. Keep if, get rid of okay, and also related to be and the internet ads on websites are limited to banner only. Will not have video ads. And if your ad is found to give, if you click on an ad and it gives your computer a virus, then you can report that ad. And the company that put the ad out there is required to pay a fine equal to 50% of their revenue for the year.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
I
I know. Yeah,
good
fuck
God.
you, Google. You just gave, you just gave the world government like, hold on, let me look up Google's revenue real fast. You know,
I was gonna say, in any invisible ads, um,
yeah, none of that. So let's
you
see.
don't.
So,
You're banned from advertising for a year.
well, yeah, hold on. So Google's annual revenue. Um, sure. Get out of here. Okay, so Google's annual revenue was in billions of dollars, like 181. We'll round that up to 182 billion dollars, meaning you're going to give the world government 91 billion dollars. I don't care about your operating costs. That's on you. You should have thought of that before putting a virus in that ad for Cookie Crisp. I don't care. You have to fire a bunch of your employees and massively downsize. Man,
Your
should have put
fault.
that virus in that ad. Get rid of trackers. Get rid of a lot of get rid of spam bots. Just nuke the spam bots. I mean, I understand that most people have a spam folder on their email address that takes care of this problem, but this shouldn't be a problem in the first place. Like, goddamn.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I think that's
I had a couple
uh
things I remembered, but I'll let you finish first if you
yeah,
have anything else.
let me think real fast. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it for me, unless I think of something else.
Okay, so back to me. Shit.
Yeah.
Prostitution's legal.
Yeah.
Legalize it. There's no reason it should be illegal. Like, right now, I think the only reason it's illegal is because of, like, the fucking moral bullshit. Like, oh, it's, women and shit, objectifying women or whatever the fuck it is. Like, women's
I don't
bodies
care.
aren't a product. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure if the ones that are selling it don't really give enough of a shit, we should just tax it. Really, if you're just gonna,
Yeah.
it's just another thing to put into our poker funds.
Yeah, just get us bring back the brothels.
Now,
Huh?
I
No.
have talked. Yeah, I talked about this before. Like, if you legalize prostitution, that could potentially solve other problems, like rapists. Some people are just so desperate that they just fuck it. I'm not gonna get laid anyway, so I might as well rape a bitch. So you got your own prostitution hub. You got the fuck shack, whatever the fuck you want to call your prostitution hub.
Yeah.
You're into something really weird that you're not sure if anybody will, like you for or whatever, or do with you. Go to the fuck shack. They probably have a bitch there that's into that, or will be willing to do something for a certain price.
Yeah.
Um, fucking yeah, it's just your friend's too lonely, and he's a stuck up piece of shit who has never gotten laid and thinks he's better than everybody or whatever. Like that one guy I used to work with named Will. He doesn't know what the fuck a vagina feels like, and it's gotten to his head that like he's. I'm just gonna say, like, some people aren't affected by it. They don't really give a shit. It isn't. They don't really seem different before and after. But him, I feel like if you were to finally get laid, it would change him. It would become a little bit more developed and become more of an adult. Like I said, some people it doesn't really make a difference, but other people it does. I feel like I grew a little bit. I grew a little bit more of a pair when I get that experience under my belt. Other people just, whatever. That's what that's for. So to the point where you don't really care about your first time. You just go in there and give them a couple hundred, and you go fuck. Now what we do is that to ensure the safety of this is that there's surveillance. They don't record you. It's the kind of like recording like bank footage where they just delete a certain amount after a certain period of time. They delete some after it gets to a certain period of time. So I mean, if you I don't know, do some shady shit, that kind of protection will be put into that. They'll have to sign a waiver, all that kind of stuff. Both parties have to be tested a certain period of time before it takes place. So, the sellers have to get tested weekly. They have an on-site test there, and the person there has to get tested, within the same week or 7 days before doing anything. And they sign that, and all that shit. The prostitutes have to get abortions. If they don't get abortions, they get fired, and they cannot blame the person who put the baby in them. They cannot suck them into it. They have no part of it unless they want to be part of it. That's their choice, not yours. So, that's one thing. Another thing I wanted to talk about was driving. So, you touched on this a little bit, but I want to get a little bit more into it. Yes, I think everybody who is at least 16 should be at least dabbling in driving, whether it be getting their permit and practicing or just going all out. You have to have your license before you're the age of 20. Okay, so because there's that difference. You have to wait a certain amount of time after you get your permit if you're 16, or you can get your license right there after you get your permit when you're 18. If you are over every time your license expires, when you go to renew it, you have to take a test, like a visual test, to test your senses, make sure you're still up to par, you're able to drive, with at least some awareness. So take an eye test, hearing test, all that kind of shit, reaction test. If you are over the age of, if you fail, you come back 2 weeks later and try again. But if you're over the age of 60, let's just say 65, I'll give them extra 5 years. But if you're over the age of 65 and you fail it, you are given a designated Uber, like a government-funded Uber, that drives you wherever you need to go.
Doctor's appointments and whatnot.
Yeah, shit like that. And if you want to do family shit, they can take you. But, and it's like a subscription thing. You don't have to pay a whole lot of it.
Oh shit! I forgot what I was gonna say. I forgot something. But keep going.
But yeah, you can't drive anymore. They give you money for your inconvenience, like for your car. You can sell your car and shit. But yeah, sorry. If you fail the test while you are at the branch and you hit cars out there and they're like, sorry, I don't want to see you get in that car and drive off. You're on your own. We'll take the car from here and give you the money for it. If you're somebody who's like a little bit younger, they're like, well, better get walking, buddy.
Yeah, call your dad.
Better hope your car doesn't get stolen. Give me the keys. Another thing. No more PC shit. No more PC shit in video games and in movies. So, I'm sure you've seen the hype of the show Invincible.
I have not.
You have not? Well, do you know what the show is?
No.
It's like a superhero show, basically another, like, what if Superman was evil kind of thing. It's the animated show. It's
Okay.
hold on. I'll show you. Hold on. I'll send you a meme, and then you'll probably recognize it, and see, you'll at least see it once. This meme. You've had to have seen this image in a
Hold
meme
on.
form at some point.
Shit. Give me just a second while I was in the middle of a. Okay, yes, I've seen this, but not in
Yeah.
this. I haven't seen these characters. I've seen other characters in this position.
Where was I going with this?
Something. It's something relating to this show,
Oh,
apparently.
okay. So like this show, it was a comic book, and like certain comic book characters, they were white, straight. Like okay, if it doesn't affect the story, make it black. I don't give a shit. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But we need to stop this pandering stuff. Like every show seems like it has to fill out a quota. Okay, do we have our Asian person? Do we have our black character? Do we have our gay character? You know, we don't need that. It's not necessary. You don't need to add it. Like if it's like uh comic to movie, just make it to the teeth of the comic. Make it like if it's an animated show, just make it the same as the comic. Now, if it's a movie, I don't care. Let the best actor act. Like if it's a black character, acting if it doesn't affect the story, like I'll get to this example in a second, but if they're a better actor for the role, pick them. If it doesn't affect the story whatsoever. Now, by that I mean like Fantastic Four. So they made the Human Torch black, and what's her name, Invisible Woman, Human Torch and Invisible Woman are siblings. So and
Okay.
she was white. They made them like adopted, like they changed the story enough just so he can be black. They didn't need to do it. It was they're shit actors anyways, so I mean I guess it didn't really matter. But none of that shit. It's pointless. It makes it worse. And no, it's not because he's black that makes it worse. It's because that you changed the story just so he can be black to pander. Like shit like this, Invincible. Like his first girlfriend was black. In the comics, she's white. Who cares? No one gives a shit. In the show, The Boys, I don't know if you've heard of that. It's like a really gruesome fucking superheroes are actually shitty people type show. They're not really good guys. A Train was white in the comics. He's black in the fucking show. It doesn't affect it anyway. No one cares. He can be black. I don't give a shit. Doesn't change anything. Now, when you change your story to make them pander, then there's an issue. Like, it just makes it, it's just stupid. Like, no one asked for this. Like, no one cares if they're black besides Twitter shitters. But then again, we're not going to have Twitter anymore, so how are you going to know if it's an issue or not? Um, yeah, another thing, whether same thing applies with their sexual orientation. No, it doesn't matter if they're gay. No one cares. It doesn't have anything to do with the story. You don't need to shove their gay in our face. We don't care if you like penis. Okay? No more politically correct shit. That's the thing. Another thing was no more monthly subscription for games. That was just a personal thing. I
That's just a
shouldn't
bad idea.
I shouldn't have to pay $15 a month for a game that's 17 years old. Man, come on, Blizzard, stop being greedy. I think that's all I had written down while you were talking.
Yeah.
Hmm.
There is one thing that I did think of. And it's relating to the taxes. So make taxes entirely opt in. However, if you want access to government services, you must have paid taxes for at least a decade.
Hmm.
You get access to government services for as long as you paid for them through taxes. So you can go the whole no tax route, and that's whatever. Have fun. Enjoy your money. You earned it. That's fine. You actually did earn that money, so keep it. But later, if you lose your job and or you get old and don't have a job anymore and you want your health insurance, guess what? You don't know.
Hmm.
No health insurance because you didn't pay taxes.
maybe a little bit more lenient for health insurance at least, or at
Nah.
least change the fucking prices for healthcare.
Well, essential services. I agree with you that
Yeah, like an
they will
ambulance
have
shouldn't be
they'll have a price
$4,000.
ceiling.
Yeah, ambulances shouldn't be $4,000.
Ambulance should be free if there's an actual emergency. But if it's just like,
Yeah,
oh yeah, no, I'm just I got a tummy ache, then go fuck yourself.
yeah. Okay, there we go. Damn, I feel like I've probably thought of more, but you know, oh well. Shit. Is there any other issues that I've not touched on? Oh, scalping's illegal.
Oh, right. Like yes.
You are fined if you are caught scalping. You're banned from your website that you're selling it on. And if you are found, if we find out who you are, which most of the time we will, since there's less anonymity, just gonna fine you for more than what you're selling the thing for.
Nice try, bitch.
Oh, you spent $600 on a PS5. Well, I guess you're paying $1,200 now.
Enjoy. Or you
And
spent
they take your PS5 away, bitch.
you spent like $12,000 to get a bunch of PS5s. Man, that sucks. So you're gonna have to pay 24 grand to
And then they take all your PS5s.
yeah.
And send them
And
back to MSRP.
if anybody fell for it, then that's on them. Sucker
Yeah,
born every second and whatnot.
the money's just lost completely, basically.
Essentially, yeah.
um, shit. Gosh, wish I just could remember. Memories going to fucking shit. And okay, inhalers, yeah, the price on medicines. Oh my god, inhalers should not cost 40 fucking dollars or $80 something. It's something outrageous. If you have a prescribed inhaler and you don't have insurance, it's unreal how much those things cost. It was something outrageous like $70 or $80. I don't think I. There's my dad. I think he bought it, but yeah, no. But I don't know. Health insurance shouldn't really be a thing. It depends on what situation you're in. Like if you have asthma, you should not have to pay that much for a fucking inhaler. It should be free. So you shouldn't have to get a. I mean, you should have a job anyways, but you shouldn't have to spend money on health insurance just to have a cheaper inhaler, something you need to fucking breathe to not die and suffocate in your own fucking, you know, throat traction or whatever the fuck it is.
Trachea.
Yeah, trachea. The fucking yeah, or uh, medicine, whatever medicine you need to not fucking have a heart attack and die or seizure medicine, shit like that. You shouldn't have to fucking pay for that. Especially like if you're on a disability, which I'm sure there's probably like a healthcare system for that anyways. If you're on a disability and can't get a job, but that's a system of its own. So I'm sure there's probably something.
Oh yeah,
that
that
needs to be
reminds me.
changed. What?
So that reminds me. All the fake disableds on Twitter, Tumblr, all those places. The people who aren't really disabled but just pretend to be. Uh, as part of the integration into our new society, you will be given the disability that you pretended to have. And if no disability can if no if, if we can't accurately replicate the disability that you're pretending to have, well, we'll just give you one. Spin the Bob Barker wheel of disabilities.
YouTube needs like a clean.
YouTube needs to be rebuilt from the ground up.
Oh, shit. Well, I think that's all I have for now. Maybe if I come
That's
up
all
with
I
more,
got.
we can make a part two. But
Part
yes,
two of If You Ran the World.
good.